the results for the 2022 Extreme Rules pay-per-view have been leaked, and Triple H is not happy about it. And this involves Liv Morgan and Ronda Rousey. When Ronda Rousey returned at the 2022 Royal Rumble, she expected to become the female version of Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, for over 2 years, has been an unstoppable force. Nobody can defeat him. You can't pin him. You can't tap him out. He just wins. As we know, pro wrestling is predetermined. All of the outcomes, every win, every loss is part of a script. And the person for WWE who decides this is now Triple H. When Ronda Rousey first returned, it was Vince McMahon. But since Vince left the company, it's now up to Triple H to decide. Now, when Vince was in charge, that's when Ronda began losing. And she was nowhere near an unstoppable force. Instead, it was lose some matches, win some matches. And a few times, she was embarrassed. She lost to Charlotte Flair. She lost to Liv Morgan. And Ronda has not been happy with the way WWE has been booking her, whether it's when Vince McMahon was in charge or now Triple H. She is not happy with either of these men in charge. And this is because she believes that she should be the female Roman Reigns and be unbeatable. Instead, Ronda has been beatable, and Liv Morgan defeated her twice. And so far, Ronda has been unable to defeat Liv Morgan. And Ronda believes if wrestling was real, she would easily defeat Liv Morgan, and Liv wouldn't stand a chance. Whether or not that's true, we'll never know, because wrestling is scripted and predetermined. Now, on the flip side, Liv Morgan has been skyrocketing the last few years, but it didn't come easy. She was almost fired from WWE. As we know, Liv Morgan joined the main WWE roster in a faction called the Riot Squad, which included Ruby Riott and Sarah Logan. Both Sarah and Ruby were fired from WWE, and Liv was the last woman standing from that faction. And for a while there, it looked like Liv would be fired next. But Liv didn't give up, and she kept fighting, and she kept training hard, because there were people inside WWE who said she's not a good enough wrestler. Well, she kept training as a wrestler, she kept working on her mic skills, and now today she is the SmackDown Women's Champion and a true fan favorite. But unfortunately, at Extreme Rules, Liv's world is about to come crashing down, and Ronda Rousey's career is about to change forever. At the 2022 Extreme Rules pay-per-view, SmackDown Women's Champion Liv Morgan will put her title on the line against Ronda Rousey. Ronda has been trying to get her title back ever since Liv Morgan cashed in on her at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view in July. Ronda was obviously caught off guard by Liv cashing in, and she was defeated by Liv and lost her title. But could Extreme Rules be the day that Ronda gets revenge on Liv and finally, once again, becomes champion? According to a leaked report, Triple H's plan for this pay-per-view was to have Liv Morgan pin Ronda in the middle of the ring and get the 1, 2, 3, and it will be a clean pin with no shenanigans. And it would prove that Liv Morgan is legitimate and in some respects is better than Ronda Rousey because Liv beat her 3 times in a row. And Triple H wanted Liv to go to the next level in her stardom as a champion. And Ronda basically is on her way out of the WWE now. Well, that was Triple H's plan. and that was going to happen at this pay-per-view. And Triple H told Ronda, he told Liv this plan. Ronda was not happy about it at all. She was very angry, and she actually went over Triple H's head and talked to the co-CEO of WWE, who happens to be Triple H's wife, Stephanie McMahon. And Ronda told Stephanie what Triple H told her about how she was going to have to lose to Liv, and that this would basically destroy her wrestling career and she'd be embarrassed. Over the years, Stephanie McMahon and Ronda Rousey have become very close friends. Yes, they did at one time have a feud on TV, but that feud, which was scripted, just made their friendship even stronger, and they loved working together. Today, Stephanie and Ronda are best friends, and Stephanie listened to Ronda, and she agreed with a lot of the things Ronda was talking about. You know, one of the things is that they're paying Ronda a lot more than they're paying Liv, probably about 10 times more. And do you really want to make somebody you're paying that much money to look like a fool? No, you want to make people who you're paying a lot of money to look like winners so you get a return on investment. And Stephanie had a conversation with Triple H and said, you know, I talked to Ronda and she told me the plan about having Ronda lose at pay-per-view. I don't think that's the best way to go. And Triple H said, well, I'm head of creative, I make the decisions. And Stephanie said, well, you might be head of creative, but I'm co-CEO. I'm above you, and I actually make the final decisions. That's what Stephanie said. Stephanie basically vetoed Triple H's decision to have Liv win. And Stephanie said, I'm going to do what I believe is best for business and what's best for Ronda, and that is having Liv tap out when Ronda locks in the armbar, and Liv will then lose her championship, and Ronda will become the brand new SmackDown Women's Champion. Triple H was not happy about this at all, but even though it's his wife, it's also his boss. And he had to do what his boss told him to, and that is to let Ronda win. And Liv, unfortunately, now has to lose. What are your thoughts about the rumor that Ronda Rousey will defeat Liv Morgan and become champion at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view? And which wrestler do you believe is a bigger star in WWE, Ronda Rousey or Liv Morgan? Leave a comment below and give me your opinion. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell notification so you are notified when we upload a new video.